69 years ago in Czechoslovakia, my parents named me David Wolf Kleinmann. 51 years ago in Auschwitz, the Nazis branded me 83150. Today in Canada, my family and friends call me Peter. 50 years from now, I will be known in your conscience.
Whether his survival can be attributed to chance or to a defect in the near-perfect Nazi killing machine, his life is an anomaly. The Nazis selected Peter to die in February 1945. He was to have been silenced along with his mother, father, and the 11 million people whose experiences will never be known.
So they put me in a Muslim barrack. That means a holding barrack where my turn to be die today, tomorrow, or the after tomorrow. I'm going to be gassed, or clobbered to death. I'll be shot, or I'll be burned. I don't know. And I was walking in. There was a man staying and marking down the numbers. And I heard the voice. It was very familiar. When I came to him, I says, my number is 83150. He didn't blink an eye. And suddenly, I got a shock. I tell to him, Moj Shavruham. I addressed him in Jewish, Hell. What are you doing here? He said, how do you know my name? I said, you my brother.
On April 23, 1945, the American Army liberated this concentration camp in Flossenburg, Germany, where Peter was interned. Here, they uncovered atrocities of the Holocaust. The Holocaust refers to the systematic annihilation of 6 million Jews by the Nazis and their collaborators. Millions of others were persecuted and murdered, including Soviet prisoners of war, Roma, Jehovah's Witnesses, homosexuals, and political and religious dissidents. From 1933 to 1945, the German government, led by Adolf Hitler, promoted a racial ideology. This was based on the erroneous belief that genetic differences existed among humans, which justified a ranking of groups. According to Hitler, the Aryan race would reign supreme if its racial purity was safeguarded. The origins of these racial fallacies are in the pseudoscience of eugenics. Eugenics proposed that inherited characteristics were more significant than environmental influences in shaping humans. Selective human breeding was advocated. Sterilization was used to control the genetic composition of the German population. It was a short step from forced sterilization to a so-called euthanasia policy. With cooperation from the medical profession, the Nazis murdered 70,000 Germans who were deemed insane or mentally or physically challenged. They were shot or gassed in rooms disguised as showers. It was an even shorter step from this policy to the final solution. The Nazis used propaganda, racial laws, incentive programs, and schools to advance the notion of Aryan racial superiority and to deny social and political rights. To the Nazis, Jews embodied evil. Likened to vermin and parasites, Jews were effectively stripped of human qualities. Anti-Semitism took on a new form. The alleged inferiority of the Jews was no longer based on religious differences. It was based on purported, inherent biological defects. This was justification for ordinary Germans to murder. These were the steps in the Nazis' process to make Europe, Judenrein, free of Jews. Peter was identified as a Jew by the Nazis in April 1944. He was made to wear the yellow Star of David. For 3 weeks, he was isolated in a ghetto and then deported to Auschwitz, Grossrosen, and Flossenburg. Miraculously, Peter survived the next 12 months. He was liberated in this infirmary in Flossenburg, where he hid with his brother Al several days prior to the arrival of the American army. He stands today with one of the American liberators, Major Samuel Gray.
Correct?
Yes.
There's a colonel behind him, and next is a...
The colonel must have been the chief of staff. That's me. That's Reed in the picture.
Okay.
No.
Is that you?
I think so.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
But then the 90th, they came through. See, we're going in all directions. Any place that was German.
Yeah. You didn't know where it was. Because actually the war was still going on still.
Oh, yes.
Flossenburg was among the thousands of camps constructed throughout Europe to implement Nazi policy. 7 watchtowers, prisoner barracks, a crematorium, and blockhouses for the Nazi officials were built. 100,000 people were imprisoned at this camp during the 7 years of its existence. Tens of thousands did not survive. In Flossenburg, human life had value, insofar as the Nazis could profit from it. Inmates marched through the town of Flossenburg on this road to work in this quarry 300 meters from the camp. As slave laborers, the prisoners were forced to extract materials used to build German roads. They produced armaments for the German war effort in this Messerschmitt factory. Upon his return in 1995 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Flossenburg, Peter contrasted the stark remains with his recollection of the camp conditions he had endured 50 years before.
Barracks, gates, barbed wire, and an Appellplatz, where we were forced to stand for hours on end in sub-zero temperatures.